I've been listening to you, watching the same games you've been watching, but I have the nerve to say what's on my mind. It's time to listen. It's time to learn. It's time for All Andy Alfred. Starting now on FalconRadio.com.
Oh, do you feel it?
I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become. The night is just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
Oh, some skillet.
I must confess that I feel like a monster. I've got to lose control. It's something right now. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
Oh.
I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
Oh yeah, I feel like a monster, alright, as we're in the Man Cave Studios, and I love you guys, and welcome in to another edition of All Andy Alfred right here, a production of ClayFan23 right here on YouTube, and I am Andy Alfred coming to you from the Man Cave Studios in East Toledo, Ohio, and good afternoon to you, and welcome into the program as well. Lots to get into today. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the Olympics as well too. The new apps are out for the Olympics to feed your interest in the apps as well too, and feeding your interest in the Olympic sports. Also, we're going to recap a little bit about the Cavs games last night as they took on the Dallas Mavericks in Big D as well too, and as well we'll talk about the Blue Jackets' performance last night. Could they go duck hunting and bag themselves a couple Anaheim Ducks last night? We'll find out. But first and foremost, welcome into the program, and hello, ladies. It's time to talk about one thing in particular. If you're unaware of this, of course, I'm continuing the saga that is hashtag Fire Nick Vitucci. Nick Vitucci and the Toledo Walleye will get into action tonight. They'll take on the Cincinnati Cyclones in Cincinnati. Puck drop at 7:15 our local time. It's going to be very interesting to say the least because of how the weather is playing out in Cincinnati today and how this whole area, the Northeast and the Midwest is getting rocked right now with snow. I mean, right now, a lot of people are out preparing for the big snow event that's going to be happening. Please be careful driving home this evening and driving out and about this afternoon and this evening and tomorrow as well too. It's going to be a long process. A lot of snow is going to be hitting where we're at, around 6 to 10 inches they're reporting already. So take your time, relax, be careful out on the roads tomorrow and today as well too. But we got to get into this first. This was breaking news out of the Toledo Walleye camp today. Forward Emerson Clark has been traded from the Toledo Walleye. Emerson played 25 games this season with the Walleye, picking up 4 assists. He also has second in the ECHL with 150 penalty minutes. He has been traded to the Greenville Road Warriors in exchange for future considerations. Emerson, a very strong player for this Walleye team this season, but yet again, another player being lost to the Walleye team this season. And, this is just another situation where I think leadership is probably the leading cause of this. I mean, yes, you get future considerations for this, but he's one of your key fourth liners, maybe a third liner at the most. But Emerson Clark gone from the Toledo Walleye. He is out off the roster. He will be in Greenville coming up this weekend as they get ready for their series. But tonight, the Walleye are in action tonight. They'll take on the Cincinnati Cyclones at 7:35 in Cincinnati. Pre-game show starting up at 7:05 on 1230 WCWA with Matt Melzak and crew as well too. They'll be doing the broadcast down in Cincinnati at the I think it's the U.S. Bank Arena in Cincinnati. But 7:35 start time for that. Also other games in the ECHL tonight. Orlando on the road to take on Florida. and Stockton is at Bakersfield. Las Vegas at home to take on the Colorado Eagles as well. So, very interesting developments going on with the Walleye. The Walleye going into tonight's game are 14, 24, and 3, 31 points in the season. It's just pathetic. It's just pathetic. They're 0-2 in their last 10. And per game, they're 4-6. They lead in penalty minutes with 670 penalty minutes this season. Right in front of them is the Kalamazoo Wings with 720 penalty minutes as well too. But Wheeling leads the whole conference with 818 penalty minutes this season. Like I said, the Walleye in dead last in the American Conference for the East Coast Hockey League. Elmira in 12th place. They're 16, 22, and 2 with 36 points. So the Walleye trying to get back into the swing of things and try to pick up a victory tonight against Cincinnati, who is 26, 13, 1-1 with 54 points. They're second place in the American Conference. So can we just say it's a blowout? Can we just say that this game is going to be pathetic for the Walleye again? We're going to lose? I mean, Las Vegas plays Colorado tonight. Colorado is 22-12-5. And here's why I say that. Colorado is 22-12-5 and 51 points. They're in third place in the National Conference. Las Vegas is in dead last. Dead last in the National Conference. They are only having 11 wins, 25 losses, 3 overtime losses, and 1 shootout loss. They have 26 points. There's an opportunity there for the Walleye. An opportunity there for the Walleye to be passed by Las Vegas soon enough. And then we would be dead last in the East Coast Hockey League. And that's when I think Joe Napoli needs to decide whether or not Bertuzzi is the right fit. And I think he's got to go. I have been on this program so many times with you, the fans. Telling you that this team is pathetic. He's the one that goes out and recruits the players during the offseason, during the summer. He goes to those camps. He goes to the minor league camps. He goes and looks at them and say, "Would you be interested in joining our Walleye team?" And what happens? They say yes. But what did he do this summer? He's re-signed almost the whole entire team from last year. I just think it's a bad choice. I don't think Bertuzzi stays head coach with the Walleye not much longer. He's got to go. He's got to go. And we had Shorts fired. We had Nevin fired. It's time for hashtag fire Nick Bertuzzi. I'm sorry. I cannot stand another losing season. And you, the fans, cannot stand another losing season. But the 21st and 22nd of February, we're getting a chapter of what it used to be. The last winning championship hockey team in the city of Toledo. And you know what I'm talking about, folks. The Toledo Storm will be back on the ice dressed as the Walleye. You gotta be kidding me! 2 days of the Hockey Heritage Festival this season. It will be covering the Toledo Storm. Will be the 21st and 22nd. It will be the post-game players, interviews, so on and so forth. But, it's a great thing to see the Storm logo back out on the ice. And, yours truly will be there. I grew up with the Storm. I grew up with the championship runs back in the day, not when I was 3 or 4 years old. Of course, I did not pay that much attention. But when I got into high school and into junior high, I went down every Friday and Saturday night to the sports arena with my friends. We'd sit up at the top. We watched the games. We would cheer the Storm on. Great fights. I mean, for $24, you got your ticket. I got my order of nachos with a lot of jalapenos and my large cherry Coke, and I was set. I was set to watch hockey in the city of Toledo. I watched two good playoff seasons with the Toledo Storm. The year that they made it to the American Conference, and the year that they made it to they won the Bramble Cup. Those were great years. My apologies. My apologies for sneezing. Those were great years for the team. What have I gotten since? Knocked out in the first round! No playoff spot. No playoff spot. No playoff spot. No playoff spot. Makes the playoffs. First round. Knocked out by Cincinnati. This year, no playoff spots. 0. No playoff spot. I already can tell. It's too late for the Walleye to make a run. It's too late. If they did make a run, I would be eating crow. I would be eating crow. It's plain and simple with that. But one team that is making a playoff push, but is getting hot at the wrong time, right before the Olympic break, that's the Columbus Blue Jackets. As they went into Anaheim last night to take on the former Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Now they're called the Ducks of Anaheim, and they took on the Ducks, and they did a really good game. Johansson getting his 23rd of the season, continuing the streak, but Nick Foligno with 2 goals in the game, helping out the Jackets and cruising them to a 4-2 victory at the Honda Center. 14,044 in attendance at the Honda Center last night. You know, Bobrovsky getting the win. He stopped 34-36 in the winning effort. Frederick Arson stopped 29 of 33 in the game. Jonas Hiller would not start in that game. Of course, the Jackets picking up a big victory and continuing this West Coast swing that they're on. They will not get back into action until Thursday as they travel now up the road to LA to take on the LA Kings. And now looking at the standings in the wild card standings, how the new standings are in the NHL. This is how it rolls. In the Atlantic Division right now, Boston leads. They have 73 points. Tampa Bay has 69. They're 32-18-5. Toronto in third in the Atlantic Conference. They're 30-21-6 with 66 points. In the Metropolitan Division, it's Pittsburgh's right now, 39-15-2 with 80 points. New York is in second place. They're 30-23-3 with 63 points. And our Blue Jackets are 29-23-4, 62 points, third place in the Metropolitan Division. In the wild card standings, it's Montreal with 64 points. They're 29-21-6. Detroit in the second wild card position. They're 25-19-12 with 62 points. On the outside looking in, Philadelphia 28-23-6 with 62 points. But the head-to-head matchup between Detroit and Philadelphia sets up the standards for that. So, like I said, the Jackets not in action tonight. They'll go on the road and they'll continue the road trip up the coast to LA. But tonight in the NHL, some good games going on this evening. You know, we have a rematch happening for the Stanley Cup. We have a Stanley Cup rematch as the Canucks travel to Beantown to take on the Boston Bruins at 7 o'clock. Also, other games going on this evening. Colorado is on the road. They'll take on the New York Rangers. Winnipeg in Carolina tonight. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. The Islanders on the road to take on the Washington Capitals. That's a 7:30 start time. That's a Metropolitan Division game. St. Louis at home to host the Ottawa Senators as well. Looking also at some of the late games tonight. Phoenix is at home hosting the Dallas Stars. And of course, Tampa Bay on the road to take on the Minnesota Wild. So looking at this, the Jackets continuing the run that they're on and continuing the pace that they're on, it'll be very interesting to see how the Jackets will prevail going forward because we're 3 games away from the end of the first half of the season before we head into the Olympic break. And now speaking of the Olympics, let's get right into that as well for you guys right now. I don't know if you're aware of this. If you're an Android or iPhone user, like I am, there is a new application. The applications are out for the new Sochi 2014 Olympics. And I'm pulling out my phone right now. See, there's my apps. Of course, you have the NHL app, the Blue Jacket app. But I look at the middle bar that you have right here. The middle bar right here. That has all my Sochi 2014 Olympic coverage stuff for there. They have the guide for all the sports that are happening. The results as well, too. And I like the results page because as I pull it up for you guys right here, it'll show me all my events, all the events going on for the day, and also all the results from the events that were happening during the Sochi Olympics. Great app. Look it up. It's under Winter Olympics 2014. It'll be under the Sochi Olympics. There's also the media and event alert page. Also, you can find your Team USA and Team Canada stuff as well too. I follow the Team Canada and Team USA application as well too. So go to USA and go Canada in the 2014 Olympics. It'll be very interesting to see how Canada and the United States do in both men's ice hockey, curling, and as well as skiing, and also the halfpipe. Also like the speed skating too. The speed skating is really good. They'll open up coverage starting this week on tomorrow. Actually on Thursday, they'll have opening round coverage of like the figure skating as well as some of the skiing as well too as some prelim qualifying rounds for that. I love the biathlon. The biathlon is one of my favorite events. I've said this many a times on here. You ski, you shoot, you climb the hills. It's amazing. It's amazing what these athletes can do. Well, last night on the hard court, the Cleveland Cavaliers hit the road. They are on this big road trip now, and they lost to the Dallas Mavericks 124-107. This is becoming a pathetic team to watch. And they should not be a pathetic team to watch. They should not be a pathetic team because they are a solid, good basketball team. They should be an 8th or a 7th seed in the NBA. In the Eastern Conference. And how bad the Eastern Conference is now, I kind of figured that maybe they would be a better team this year. But no. The cancer of Andrew Bynum has really set them back a lot this season. And it's a sad case for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I feel bad for us Cav fans. We should be not having to pay for crappy basketball. Crappy basketball. We shouldn't be able to do that. But the Cavs were a loser last night on the road, 124-107. The Jacket game was more entertaining after the Cav game than anything else. Kyrie Irving had 27 points. Dirk Nowitzki had 23 points. Two players had 8 rebounds for the Cavs as well as the Dallas Mavericks. Carlin had 10 assists in the game. Luol Deng had 4 steals, 2 blocks by Tristan Thompson in that affair. Looking at some of the box score for you guys today, the Cavs, they were down all game. They were being outplayed by the Dallas Mavericks. It was just pathetic. When are we going to get some winning basketball in the city of Cleveland? Dan Gilbert has to address this soon enough. He has to address this. Because the team is falling apart. If Irving wants out, and I know Deng they got that piece for a really good price. But if Deng wants out, all bets are off. All bets are off. Just saying. It'll be interesting enough. Tomorrow on All Andy Alfred, we will break down the Toledo Walleye game against the Cincinnati Cyclones, as well as previewing the big BG UT men's basketball game happening at the Savage Arena tomorrow night. I don't know if they'll have it or not. If the weather is supposed to be that bad out, there's a lot of rumors saying that classes will be canceled at Bowling Green and UT tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that. With that in mind, that's going to wrap it up here for All Andy Alfred today. I hope you have a terrific day. Don't forget to get all your supplies. Snowmageddon is coming in the Northwest, Northeast, and the Midwest as well. So until tomorrow when I'm back on the air with you guys here on All Andy Alfred, I hope you have a terrific rest of the evening. I'm going to go get some wings this evening with my family and friends. Enjoy the birthday week. This is birthday week here for myself, since yesterday was my birthday. And I thank you to all those that sent out birthday requests, birthday wishes. I thank you so much for that. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. You are totally amazing. But until tomorrow, I am Andy Alfred, and I hope you have a terrific evening. And to the teams behind me, and to you at home, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together, in the game of life. And victory is sweetest when you have tasted defeat. Have a nice night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of All Andy Alfred. Love you. Bye.